Obviously, since Bill 23's come down, their residential rezoning program, they took 75, 80,000 parcels in the yellow belt R1, R1A zoning, the holy grail of zonings, up to 4 units with kind of little disturbance on the planning side. This one here is a 12-unit building. It's right on Main Street here in Hamilton. The seller here is offering a $500,000 VTB in second position, going through the energy efficiency program with the MLI Select, an unreal opportunity to use the energy side to potentially achieve those high loan of values with a CMHC refinance. And then our last one here, Adam, it's a cash flowing business in terms of parcel size. You see that big brown building in behind it. My thought is replicate that on that lot.
Welcome back to the Canadian Real Estate Channel. I'm Adam J.D. Martin, your host, and today I've got Abdellah here from Rebel Realty in Hamilton and Grimsby, and we just finished our market update video, so if you missed that, go back and watch it after this video so that you can hear about the numbers about what's going on in Hamilton. And today we're going to give you the so what, the why behind those numbers, and to give you a little more context about what's actually happening in the city. So, Abdellah, welcome back, man.
Yes, Adam. It's been a while, man. I'm so glad to be back here. It's been too long, and I'm just happy to be back and put out some great content with you guys and keep this train rolling and educate people on investing here in Hamilton.
Awesome. We missed you too.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, I missed you guys. Missed the behind the scenes conversations for sure the most. So
hey, don't let them know. They're gonna want to see behind the scenes.
Yeah, maybe little blooper reel we got to get going here, I think.
We got lots of bloopers.
That's it. I mean, just wanted to kind of update on what's been going on here in Hamilton, first and foremost with our brokerage. So, for the viewers that have been watching the Hamilton update since we started this, I think it's been well over 2 years now. Crazy how time flies. So just recently we've agreed to an expansion within Rebel. Super exciting stuff. We've got 3 offices now, kind of our new branding here. So now we've got a second office in Hamilton up on the mountain at 581 Concession Street. We've got a big, beautiful office out in Grimsby, right downtown, prime time. 3 locations, 7,000 square feet of office space, and 35 agents all working together, collaborating. So some crazy, stressful times, but trying to take the city by storm here and get the Rebel brand out and show people that brokerages and realtors, they do matter when they do business a little differently. And now we're able to service people on a wider scale, and just super pumped to keep expanding the name.
That's awesome, man. Good for you guys. We're super proud of you.
Yeah, I mean, appreciate it. Still a lot of work to do, but nothing that we can't handle, and just keep recruiting the right type of people, and help investors, man. Help investors. Everybody that joins, we try to instill that investor mindset in them. It looks like it's slowly working, and people are getting excited about helping people purchase multifamilies and making a difference in their lives. So.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm excited. I know that behind the scenes, we were talking here about some deals that you actually wanted to show us. And I think you had a couple big commercial deals, and one of them had some exciting terms. So yeah, I know we're going to get into that. I know we're going to talk a little bit about some of the zoning around Hamilton and things like that. And I know I'm really excited for those of you at home to hear about what I saw behind the scenes. I'm like, damn, let's go. These guys got some deals.
Exactly. Yeah. We're always just like our past videos where, whether it's listed or not listed, I think it's super important that we're presenting concepts and ideas, and, not everything might look like a great deal, but, all comes down to, who you're talking to, how to structure these. So yeah, we've got some great commercial opportunities. We can jump into them, and, we'll give you guys the lowdown on, where, what, and why, essentially.
Awesome. Let's jump into it, man.
So first and foremost, this is an off-market deal. Maybe some of the viewers that follow us on Instagram or this social media platform have maybe seen we've done some marketing campaigns, but this is out in Smithville. So it's 167-1773 St. Catherine Street. It's an infill lot. This one has been site plan approved. Incredible amount of work has been done with the municipality to get it shovel ready. So we're looking at a 1.8 acre piece of land that's site plan approved for 20 two-story townhomes, still at a juncture in the planning process where you can go back and add some density. My thought was, legalizing basement suites here. Obviously, everything's got to make sense with entry and exits, but these opportunities don't come up much. This isn't on the market. It can't be seen anywhere else. And just an incredible opportunity to be a part of the intensification, from here to Niagara. And it's right downtown Smithville. You've got the infrastructure, got a well-built community around you. It actually backs on to an existing subdivision as well. So some great continuity, and it's not just sitting in the middle of nowhere with, no cohesion around it. So again, guys, site plan approved for 22-story townhomes. Still at a point here where you could, sink your teeth into it and move some things around to have it more lucrative. But an unreal opportunity that these type of opportunities just don't present themselves much. Usually traded internally, and we're giving everybody an exclusive look at this project. So any from small builders to mid-sized builders would fit perfect as a project. All the major planning has already been complete, and it's just ready to submit permits on, essentially. So can jump into another one here, guys. These next two are on the market. This one here is a 12-unit building. So it's right on Main Street here in Hamilton. For those of you who know the city really well, it's between Lower Sherman and Lower Wentworth. So, see the asking price there, guys. 6 one-bed units, 6 two-bed units, all a great size, open concept floor plans or bedrooms or, in the back corner of the unit, leaving a nice flow as you walk in. And more importantly, in terms of deal structure, the seller here is offering a $500,000 VTB in second position. There's debt that you can assume as well at 3.25% through CMHC. And that's all qualification dependent, but would be an absolute huge help in terms of entering the asset. And that current mortgage doesn't mature until June of 27. So lots of time to structure the deal and reposition the building. Anybody that I've spoken to about this building, going through the energy efficiency program with the MLI Select, this is just an unreal opportunity to use the energy side to potentially achieve those high loan values with a CMHC refinance. The building's got strong bones. It's got a strong, an updated boiler system, roof. The windows are definitely gonna need some attention, but all falls in line with tiering program within the energy audit model. So lots of opportunity here. Main Street is eventually going 2 ways when the LRT is put in place as part of the infrastructure there. So the LRT is just down the street off of King in relation to where this is. Again, still making a great income on the way in, but a 45% upside in future rents. Again, no parking here, but just with the nature of the neighborhood, the foot traffic, the access to public transit with the LRT coming, just bodes so well to not have that as any sort of an issue. Again, right, nice big units, whether 1 bed or 2. Incredible opportunity, in my opinion. Definitely for a more experienced investor, but with the terms that the seller here has laid out, it could go a long way for somebody, especially if you're taking advantage of the CMHC programs, which I don't know who is, and they've committed a ton more money that they're dedicating to the marketplace. So another
damn good looking building, man.
Yeah, man, it's Adam's strong. Like I said, strong bones. You know, a lot of people walk in and they're thinking it needs work, but you know, to really achieve the most squeeze out of these buildings are the ones that need the value add, right? I'm not saying go in there and rip this thing down to the studs and rebuild it, but trying to take aim at what actually, you know, where the ROI is best positioned, as opposed to just gutting the place and putting out nice finishes, especially through the energy audit, right? There, you're going to be looking at converting to heat pumps, you know, stuff like LED lighting, low flow plumbing, ventilation systems, right? You know, the aspects, the mechanicals and the important aspects of a building. That should always be the focus to me in Hamilton now with cosmetic finishes in relation to rent. It is really disappearing at a decent rate. I think there's such a huge influx of tenants into this city, and with our team especially, you know, we move, you know, any up to 100 leases a year, you know, above and beyond our resales, and you know, we're boots on the ground. We see how the tenancy landscape it's moving. I think it's moving positively for the landlord because there's just so many more to choose from, right? And you get a lot of these immigrant programs as well that, you know, that I'm learning about every so often, and they're presenting a lot of stability, a lot of support for these newcomers to Canada. And I know a lot of our landlords have seen a lot of these applications, have accepted a lot of these applications because they're offering multiple months up front. They're coming to occupy the unit. They treat it with you know, high sense of respect, and it's really, it kind of happened overnight. Obviously, we all know about the immigration policy in this country, and then Ontario sees the bulk of it, and now translating that to the tenancy pool, there's a lot more to choose from, a lot of high quality tenancies. So, you know, vacancy rates are plummeting, which, you know, obviously is going to work beautifully for the landlord.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's great.
And then our last one here, Adam, in terms of another commercial opportunity, we may or may not have talked about this on the channel in the past. You know, we like to highlight assets that aren't usually available, have redevelopment opportunity. This one fits both models here. So it's a cash flowing business. We're always going to give it to you guys straight that it's definitely capital heavy here, just because of the way the business operates, right? It's this coin operator. There's a lot of cash involved, a lot more bookkeeping that way, but it's an incredible size lot. So this one's just down the street from the 12-unit building that we just chatted about, just east of there on the south side of Maine. But long-standing business. It's been in Hamilton for 20 years. The Gageview Car Wash, 19,500 square feet in terms of parcel size. You see that big brown building in behind it. My thought is replicate that on that lot. The car wash lot is about twice as big as the lot in behind it. It's a C2 zoning, which is a little bit more automotive driven. But knowing what we know about Hamilton, and we're going to get into the zoning in a couple minutes, is zoning amendments. You know, they are still very daunting when it comes to repositioning a parcel of land with this much opportunity. I think you're just at a point in Hamilton where the amendments are allowing you to achieve a build that you almost can't lose on the ROI. Obviously, the planning's got to be there, and you know, still have to be thought about critically. But in years past, the city's asking you to amend zoning on lots that wouldn't be worth it in a million years, because you're spending 20, 30, 40, 50 grand and could still potentially not achieve the use that you're gunning for, right?
Right.
So, you know, obviously since Bill 23's come down, Hamilton, I think, has really been the front runner. Obviously, we're a little biased, but it's been the front runner and taking that head on and really reflecting throughout the city. So if you guys recall, late 2022 is when they instilled their residential rezoning program, where they took 80,000 parcels In the yellow belt, for those of you who never heard of that term, there are basically neighborhoods throughout the city that have a centric high density, picture apartment buildings, and then essentially surrounded by low density zonings. For your Hamiltonians, your C, your D, right? Your typical 1 to 2 family zonings. And then again, when Bill 23 came down and that ripple effect happened, we've talked about this ad nauseum on other videos, but just to recap and refresh, R1, R1A zoning, the holy grail of zonings. Up to 4 units with kind of little disturbance on the planning side, between our clients with 555 Construction Management and our partners at Deck Inc., we've turned this into a very streamlined project, or the streamlined business, where there isn't anything we get our hands on that we cannot convert as the client sees fit. Obviously, that has a lot to do with the zoning, but it also has a lot to do with the way we plan, the way we analyze, and the way the project ends up being carried out. So, sorry guys, back to the car wash. To me, the most optimal play here is allowing the infrastructure and the LRT to come into place. The 2023 financials on this grossed almost $300,000. So keep that in mind. This is not a small chunk of change. It's a well-run business, very well kept between, the bones of the actual structure itself, the mechanicals on the car wash side. It's got a great presence in the neighborhood. There's a Tim Hortons, just as a side note, right across the street. So, it goes hand in hand with, how business is driven into it. But we've definitely seen an uptick from 2022 to 2023 and the gross income on this lot. It's actually got a food truck on it too, where the current owners actually owned that. It's a fry truck where they were making, another 6 figures in gross income.
Nice.
So the world's your oyster with this one. Again, for the more experienced investor, that's got quite a bit of capital sitting around.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, lot of cool stuff here in Hamilton, right? It's on a strip too. So to give one more perspective, 2 doors down, 2 doors east of this, there's an old church I just sold last year that's being developed into condos or luxury rentals, or like higher end rentals. So there's a notice right out front, and it's sold really quick. You see a lot of these religious institutions, might not sit well with some people, but that are being converted in Hamilton at a pretty rapid pace, just because of the sheer size and the zoning that it provides. And then beyond this, guys, in terms of Hamilton, what's going on? We talked about zoning. Just came down about a couple weeks ago that City Council's meeting, from what we're being told, in a few weeks, sometime in February. They're going to be doubling down, or looking to double down, on rezoning another block of parcels here in Hamilton. So nice. We don't know exactly how many or to which zoning code that it'll be transferred into. Essentially, I'm going to take a wild stab and say that more of these are just going to fall in line with the R1, R1A that we're already accustomed to in Hamilton. And if that's the case, to me, it's game over. It was already game over with the first rezoning initiative. And I think just Hamilton, again, has just really taken it in. And I mean, it could always be better with municipalities. You know how it goes from city to city. But they're really taking the bull by the horns here, and just allowing us to provide the city with what we need, right? And it's just more housing, right? There's just as simple as that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm really excited to see that coming to Hamilton. Like, obviously Hamilton had quite a big price explosion in the last few years, and it's good to see that, like, that's not going to stop there. Like, there's actually continuity for the city in terms of like more density coming, more growth coming, more building. And I know you guys are doing a fantastic job too with your construction business and everything, to help people to imagine, like, how do you actually invest in Hamilton from afar? How do you actually go in and have a project wrapped up and done for you? And I know we're actually planning on shooting a bunch of content together regarding additional dwelling units. So sure. I'm super excited, man, to keep talking about Hamilton, and really excited to see where the city is going to go. Like, what are we going to be talking about in the next year?
Oh,
and,
I know.
And the nice thing is, for you watching at home, we talk about it every month. So you don't have to wait a year for that. We're going to be back here every single month with you guys for the Hamilton market update with Abdellah. We're going to talk about the numbers. Then we're going to talk about the so what. And of course, we're going to have deals for you guys. So
Always,
I appreciate you bringing us the off market stuff too, because that's why people come to the Canadian Real Estate Channel, right? We've been harping on that for years. Your network is equal to your net worth. And when you come here, you get to be friends with us and be able to, albeit a one-way relationship, but at the same time, drop us a comment, right? If you have questions for Abdellah, give him a call. If you have a conversation you want to start or a video you want to see us shoot, drop it below and I'm going to be answering them, right? And anything I can't answer, if it's like technical at all or requires intelligence, I'm going to be asking Abdellah over here. So yeah, drop us a comment and make sure that you participate in the conversation with us, because we'd love to bring you more deals and we'd love to continue this conversation.
That's it, man. Yeah, guys, I'm just trying to be more engaged. There's lots of exciting things, not just in Hamilton, but I know, Adam, you've done a bunch of these today out in Barrie, and we've got some close friends that are big investors out that way. So I always hear about what's going on in that city, and Niagara is always, they're always moving and shaking, and yeah, there's some exciting times. Like it's crazy to see it unfold, and you think like it can't get any better in terms of just the opportunity, but slowly but surely. And yeah, we're just here to guide people. You're talking to guys that have been investing for 10 years at a high level, and thankful for that. And I think, more than ever, people need the guidance. There's a lot of, even though it's a lot easier from like a zoning standpoint, there's a lot of moving parts, right? And we're here to explain it. We're the type of one-stop shop. Like we're super cohesive, but we all stay in our lanes, and the real estate advice is here, and the construction advice is here, and the engineering is here. And we do bring it together really nicely, and just looking to help a ton more investors this year, guys. So any questions you have, reach out.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you being here. And as I said, get subscribed, because we're back here every single month with these market updates. We're here for you guys. And we want to also make sure that you are contributing to the conversation in the comments to help out your fellow Canadians. We're trying to make a real impact here in Canada. And it starts here with you, and it starts here with conversations like this. So I appreciate Abdellah for coming on, and I appreciate you at home for tuning in, and I'll see you soon. It's Adam JD Martin. Make sure you guys are subscribed, and we'll be back soon.